Well, good early evening, everybody. It's Greg. Looks like I've got a decent picture on here now. I'm just testing this out to see what kind of stream I've got going here. Looks like my autofocus on my camera is working. So anyway, just wanted to say hi. I want to test this out, working on social media, and thought I would share a story with you. One of my fun times when I worked on a cruise ship. I worked on the SS Enchanted Isle back in 1992 for about 5 months. Um, I was my official title was host, though it's not what a lot of people think of when they think of as a host on a cruise ship. Um, a lot of times, elderly gentlemen will be given a free cruise. And they're given the title host, and their job is to go there and dance with the older ladies who get on the cruises by themselves. I don't think they do that anymore. Maybe they do, or maybe they don't. But anyway, it was like this. It was like cruise director, assistant cruise director, and then host and hostess. So we were on the crew staff, and there were only like 7 of us. There was the cruise director, assistant cruise director, host and hostess, the DJ, the crew staff steward, the sound man, the lady who sold tours. Sometimes it was a guy. That was generally about it. Seems like we had a piano player. But anyway, on Sunday night of the cruise, the folks would board the cruise on Saturday. Sunday was the captain's cocktail party night, so people would dress up. They were supposed to dress up. Part of them did. They didn't dress up like they used to years before. Anyway, that was the night that they served lobster and prime rib in the dining room. So there were 2 shifts. There was the first seating and the second seating. So while the first seating was eating, we would have the captain's cocktail party and give out free cocktails. And then, I know this was odd, during the second seating, those in the first seating would then go to the captain's cocktail party. And while one was having dinner, we would usually have entertainment for the other. Anyway, so they did the show twice a night, and they had 2 seatings. So it was the captain's cocktail party, and the people who were in the main room were going to the second seating. So I was going around doing my usual thing. Hi, how are you? How's everything? Can we get you anything? That type of thing. Welcome aboard, that type of stuff. And then later on, the captain would speak, and he would introduce the chef, and then they would go on to dinner. Well, this particular night, there were 2 couples, and I stopped by and said, hello, how's everything? There's, oh, fine, can't wait to get that lobster tonight. Well, on our ship, we were not known for great food. As a matter of fact, we were kind of known for bad food. Everything else was great, but our food was not good. And people said, well, what did you get? Well, it wasn't what we got. It was how it was cooked. It wasn't prepared well. I got on the ship weighing a whopping 149, and when I got off the ship, I weighed 135. If that tells you anything, I hardly ate because the food just was not good. But anyway, these 2 couples said, oh, we can't wait to get that lobster tonight. So me being, 29 and thinking I was doing my job, I said, you know what? I would suggest you have the prime rib instead. And they were like, why? I said, well, I've heard that our lobster is not great, and that people prefer the prime rib over the lobster. And they were like, you're kidding. And I said, no, I'm just telling you, I would have the prime rib over the lobster. Well, they turned their noses up at me and looked away. And I was like, oh. Well, about 10 minutes later, the cruise director was standing there talking to the hotel manager, who was right under the captain, and the chef. And so the cruise director calls me over, and he's like, Greg, we need to talk. And I said, okay, what's going on? And the hotel manager said, did you tell a couple of the passengers that our lobster is bad? I said, I didn't use those words. I just told them that from what I hear, that people prefer the prime rib over the lobster. And they said, well, you can't say that. And I was like, I was just trying to help them out. And he said, well, what if somebody said that the entertainment wasn't good on the ship? And I said, well, the difference is the entertainment is good on the ship and the food is bad. That's the difference. That's the truth. So they said, well, you can't go around saying that. And I'm like, okay, sorry. So as they were leaving to go to dinner, I was standing there going, my job, have a good evening, enjoy your dinner. We'll see you at showtime, that type of thing. And these two couples walked past me and I stopped them because they were walking by me like this. Like they were mad at me. So I stopped them and I said, I want to apologize. I'm so sorry if I offended you. I was just trying to help you out at dinner. And I apologize for anything that I might have said. And please enjoy your dinner tonight, whatever you decide to have. Well, they gave me a literally and walked off. Well, they went to have dinner and then they came back for the entertainment and they sat right on the front. And I was in the room, and while I was there, I heard, psst, psst, Greg, Greg. And I look over and it's these two couples and the two ladies are going, come here, come here. So I walked over and I said, yes. And they said, did we get you in trouble earlier? And I said, oh, don't worry about it. And they said, we are so sorry. And they proceeded to tell me that they went to dinner and their waiter came out, who was from Jamaica, and they all ordered the lobster. And the waiter said, I would have the prime rib instead. And they got mad. And they said, no, we're having the lobster. So they all ordered the lobster. And when it got there, they tasted it and they sent it back and got the prime rib. So they apologized and said, we have never had anybody to be that blatantly honest with us before and tell us that their food wasn't good. I said, well, I didn't really tell you the food wasn't good. I just said that people prefer the prime rib over. I don't know what I said precisely. But anyway, they wrote me a raving review at the at the end of the cruise. So when somebody tells you the food is bad, or they allude to maybe you should order something else, trust them. Anyway, that's it. I'm just going live here on YouTube, and I'll be sharing this on Facebook later on. So if you enjoyed my little story, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. It doesn't cost a nickel to do so, and you can share it too. Thanks a lot. Have a good day, and bless your heart in the good way.